All right, family hangs caution retards in area sign.
Now, why would you do this? Opie? Oh, you didn't?
Why would I do it?
I know, I made it sound like that. Why would you do this?
Oh.
Meaning General Yu, you know.
Well, I think they did it
General Yu from the Chinese Army. I can't talk without thinking something else this morning. I can't find the story either.
Well, we just got the audio clips, which are...
Oh, there it is.
Which are good enough.
It's,
Yeah, why did this family do this?
There was a conflict next door. The kid is like, how old is he, 12 or 13?
The poor little 13-year-old Colton. Little Colton is developmentally delayed. His mother says he's more like a 3-year-old in a 13-year-old's body.
That goes beyond delayed.
That's a little more than delayed.
Yeah, that's brick wall.
Yeah, what do you really get out of a 3-year-old when you're trying to talk to them?
Developmentally delayed. If you're 13 and you have the brain of an 8 or 9-year-old,
delayed.
You're a little behind.
A little delay.
If you're 13 and you have the brain of a 3-year-old, you're finished.
Yeah. Delayed is one thing. Not showing up for the event is another.
He's headed in the wrong direction.
I'm going to be late, and I'm not showing up. That's the difference. Little 13-year-old Colton, his mother said he's like a 3-year-old. He looks normal, but once you start talking to him, you can see he has these problems. That's one of these tricky type mentally damaged children. They trick you sometimes. You ever do that when you're a kid or you're just driving around or something and you ask, hey, how do you get to Main Street? And the kid looks completely normal, and then something comes out of their mouth, you just go, oh, boy.
And it's something like this.
That's why you gotta love the waterheads.
I'm like the mayor around here now.
Excuse me, which way to Elm Street?
I'm like the mayor around here now.
Okay, I'll be driving along, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Now I'm forced to ask the black guy. Thanks.
Could you tell me where I am?
We welcome you most regally.
Yeah, but that's not telling me where I am.
Silence, whippersnapper.
Morons.
All right, here's the audio.
Morons.
That's what my mom used to call them.
I'm sure she did.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
Morons.
Geniuses would be silly.
That would be.
Here's the story, guys.
Oh, I'm not taking the sign down. Last night was the first night of peace we've gotten a long
A cardboard sign hanging in a tree directed at a boy with developmental disabilities, and the boy's mother isn't happy.
This sign now that we feel is very discriminating towards my son.
The cardboard sign is hanging in a tree in the central Utah town of Nephi.
And it's also being denounced tonight by the advocates for the disabled. Sam Penrod has the story.
Penrod. Oh, that's
Sam Penrod.
That's a horrible name to have through school. Little Penrod.
That's
when he's in school.
That's his news name.
Here comes Penrod.
His real name is Faggot Teeth. Change it to something less embarrassing. And incidentally, this is the same sign that was hanging up in the Voss yard for a long time.
You gotta love the balls of the neighbors, though. They hang this sign in the tree.
Yeah, how bad could it have gotten?
But I heard something. They said that, good. Last night was the first night we had a good night's sleep.
So apparently, there was a problem. I don't know what the problem was.
Well, the waterhead is keeping everyone awake,
How?
obviously.
He did something like, he assaulted the daughter, he threw rocks at her. He did something like...
What's the sign going to do that's going to silence the kid?
I think maybe
they can't read.
Well, it's obviously for the parents of the kid. I'm not saying the guy's right, but I think he said that the parents aren't controlling the kid.
Yeah.
You know,
that could be a
maybe
problem.
They should put a fence up or something. I don't know. I'm sorry, if your kid's wandering
Why'd you put him in a dog run, for God's sake? Put a little leash on him.
By the way, this is the second greatest neighbor story ever.
Yeah.
The first one was in Brooklyn, where this guy, he painted a yellow brick road that led from the midget's house.
Midgets that lived next door out to the street.
Out to the street.
And would sing Follow the Yellow Brick Road to them every time they walked out of the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Out the screen. He'd have his lips pressed up against the screen from the inside.
Yeah.
Follow the yellow brick road.
And they were black, so he would also throw racial epithets at them as he sang. Yeah. It was just, this guy was a horrific
It was one of the greatest neighbor stories ever, though. Whistle while you work as they're going off to work.
Guy's a classic.
He was a classic.
But this guy decided the sign was enough to remedy whatever the problem is. I don't know. Maybe they discuss it.
By the way, we don't like debating whether it's wrong or right. We just like to find the humor in this stuff.
We just think it's funny.
So just bear with us, please. How could you not think a yellow brick road outside a midget's house is
hysterical?
Is not funny or whatever. All right, here's the rest of the audio of the retard sign story.
It's for the disabled. Sam Penrod has the story.
Deanie and Keith, the boy's family noticed the sign pointed at their home on Wednesday night, and tonight it is still there. That's despite our visit to the neighbors who put it up. And advocates for the disabled are outraged, calling it insensitive and in the same category as a racial slur.
Oh, boy.
Well,
the racial
is
thing.
retard a racial slur? Because it's retarded. When something is retarded, it is being held back. It is being retarded.
You're right, technically. Yeah, I'd have to say this one is. Because it's almost like hanging a sign up that says spooks around. I mean, look, technically a spook is a ghost, but everybody knows the racist meaning of that. It's like...
Yeah, but no. If let me put it this way. If you were indeed living at a haunted house and you put a sign up that said, spooks, please leave. Of course you'd be insensitive and stupid if you didn't know it had another meaning like that. But if your intent was toward the ghosts and not maybe your lovely neighbors, you could actually argue that point. This person, retarded, is focused toward the retarded boy.
Okay, how about this?
Whose brain is retarded.
How about this? Jews around. Jewish sign. Let's say in a Jewish neighborhood, like Jews. There's nothing wrong with saying Jews. That's not a slur at all.
No.
But if you have a sign in your yard because Jewish people moved in that said Jews around, the context is racist. That would be considered very racist.
I like using Juden.
Of course you
That's how it seems.
All right. Hey,
no. And why would you want to get rid of a tribe of people that take care of their houses and lawns as well as the Jewish people do?
I wouldn't.
I love them as my neighbors. Love the Jews.
Here we go. More audio. What the sign says, and we find out boy can't read.
He tried to eat it.
3-year-old.
So it was a big piece of cardboard candy. Look at that sign. Yummy. Yeah, no. Hey, you're on your way.
You're a good guy. Yeah, I am a good guy. Yes, you are.
This is 13-year-old Colton Heaton, who is developmentally delayed. His mother says he is more like a 3-year-old.
He looks normal, but once you start talking to him, you can see that he has
He's a blithering idiot.
problems, and that he is just a loving little guy. He thinks we're all just a great big family.
But
now this cardboard is hanging in their neighbor's tree, spray painted with the words, "Caution, retards in area." His mother says it's fortunate Colton can't read the words.
Oh, thank God he can't read it.
This neighbor's a classic.
The guy had to read it, too. Caution, retards in area.
What the news guy is saying is, thank God that's accurate. This kid would be really offended. I don't like the way he's saying disabled. Say he's mentally retarded. That's what he is.
Yeah, let's go to Jimmy the trucker. Jimmy.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, Jimmy.
This kid, what is he? He's 13, but he acts like he's 3. I was just wondering, what's he like when he was 3?
That's true.
Like a turnip lying on the floor with a blank stare.
Or he was like a spermatozoa.
Yeah, I was going to say zygote.
He just swam around the house with
lay around on the floor, shaking his feet.
How old is he? Well, he's 3, but if you talk to him, you'd think he's -7.
Meet my son. He's a zygote. All right, Jimmy, thank you. Orlando from Jersey.
Hey, what's up, OA?
Hey.
What's up there? Listen, from what I heard on the Radio Boop show yesterday afternoon, supposedly this kid was tormenting the neighbors, driving them crazy. The parents went to, the cops. They wouldn't do nothing for him. They tried to go to city council. Nothing would happen. So they finally put up this sign just to get the attention of the parents, see if they would stop. And now all of a sudden everybody's getting all offended.
What was the kid doing wrong? I know he was doing...
Yeah, what was he doing that was so bad?
Well, he was apparently throwing rocks at the neighbor's kids, like tormenting them, driving them crazy, making noise at all hours of the night, going through the neighborhood, like real weird stuff. I mean, if the kid is 3, supposedly acting like he's 3 years old or mentally able, like 3 years old, kind of like Jimmy over there, why would you even let him?
There's no reason to, sir. There's no reason to hurt my feelings.
I love you.
Okay.
All right. Better, guys.
And by the way, Jimmy did, he trimmed his eyebrows.
I did. They look too nutty before. What does like a professor?
Crazy.
Sir, what are you doing? Solving a puzzle?
So this kid was driving the neighbor's, batty.
But that's just something kids do also. I remember kids that weren't retarded used to throw rocks at other kids. We'd have rock fights, things like that. You pick up a rock and throw it at a kid, or you make noises. I used to live next door to a deaf family. Oh, brother. All you'd hear at all hours. And they weren't even like, please tell
me they could hear just enough so they had to really yell.
They would sign to each other, but they would also mouth out the words, but they didn't know that they were making noises. So it would come out like, at all hours you'd hear this coming out of the house. And what are you going to do? Hang a sign? Deaf people next door making a racket? No. You throw rocks at them.
That's right.
You don't do anything. You deal with it. They're your neighbors. Maybe, what did they try to confront the parents and say,
so.
Excuse me, your son, I understand he has got some problems, but he's throwing rocks at my young gal.
Well, we learn a little more with this clip.
Thank goodness.
And as we were filming the sign, we could see the neighbors who put it up were outside. So we approached them for their side of the story.
Why did you put that sign up?
I've been harassed for 6 months. My daughter's been assaulted.
By who?
By the young boy. We got pictures and everything, and they would not press charges because he is handicapped.
The neighbor claims Colton threw a rock at his young daughter, and other neighbors told us they have frequently found Colton wandering onto their property. Still, the Disability Law Center says using offensive words is the wrong way to handle a difficult situation.
People with disabilities are probably the last group for whom we continue to use language that is hurtful and offensive.
No.
Instead of being someone who's mentally retarded.
I'll vouch for that.
With a
maybe number 5 on the list.
And that means that really what we're valuing is the person.
Listen to the way this, if anyone wants to know what a revolting thing political correctness is, listen to this dumb bitch trying to dictate the way you describe something.
Yeah.
Don't say it honestly like he's mentally retarded.
Mm-hmm.
This way we're valuing the person?
The person?
Really stupid? Is that what it says you value the person? Because you phrase it longer? What a dope.
She said it's fair game. She goes, mentally handicapped people are still fair game, apparently. The last people that you can make fun of or have offensive names for and not really getting that.
You know what that woman is, to be politically correct? She's an irritating whore American.
Ooh, very nice, Jim.
Maybe a neighbor could put a sign up next to her house.
Whore around, and her husband will nod and go, "You got it, Buster."
Listen to this guy, Tony in Brooklyn. Of course this comes from Brooklyn.
All right.
Go ahead, Tony.
I am so ashamed to tell this story, but I used to teach special ed adults, and these guys were all like real profound, retarded, nonverbal. And these guys would punch you, beat you, kick you, beat the shit out of you.
Whoa.
Hey. People are going to miss your nice story.
Yeah, if you curse, they're going to miss some of your story there, buddy.
So in order to get back at these guys, we had to come up with a way to do it. And we take them into the bathroom, say it's time to wash your hands, and give them like a little C shot right to the old nutsack, and nothing would, and they wouldn't leave a mark. And I'm going to hell for that story.
You'd kick him in the groin.
I give him a little, like a little...
Yeah,
to calm him down.
You kick him in the groin to calm him down.
Yeah. All right, I'm going
because it wouldn't leave any marks.
All right, thank you,
They're
sir.
tuning up the retards in the bathroom.
Yeah, let's go to Rob in Connecticut. Rob?
Good morning, boys.
Hey.
Hey, I was just saying, don't be too hard on this poor kid. He's on track to finish kindergarten by the time he's 32. All right, later, boys. You guys suck.
All right, very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Well, disabled advocates for the disabled.
God, with the language, developmentally, that means we value the person.
Right.
Shut up.
When I was growing up, people always use that word in front of me and stuff. They always called me retarded.
Someone who knows how hurtful that word can be is Tom Brownlee, who today is an advocate for those with disabilities.
I hate that word. It was very offensive, and I just want them to see that people with disabilities deserve the respect that they are entitled to.
Both Brownlee and Nelson are hoping the community will stand up against any behavior that lessens the role of people with disabilities in society.
Regardless of a cognitive disability that I may have, I'm a person.
Yeah, really?
And people do not deserve to have signs pointed at them, making fun of them, scaring them, harassing them.
He can't read it, stupid! He doesn't care about the sign. He thinks it's a big sugar cookie. Dumb bitch, shut up!
You make a very valid point. Not the sugar cookie. He can't read it, so it's not offending him.
Of course not. He thinks it's a giant Christmas tree, and that's just a lovely decoration. The poor lad, he's running around going, Santa's coming, and his family's going, oh, shut up.
It's insensitive to the family. I believe it's hurtful. Like, I'm sure the parents of this kid have enough bad feelings about it that they see that sign and feel bad. But for this advocate to come out and say it makes the person feel bad or it demeans the person is wrong. Jimmy's right. That person has no clue what the hell that sign means.
Anyone who considers himself an advocate should have a boot driven into their groin.
I hate the word advocate.
I'm an advocate. Are you?
Advocate.
And by the way, she said the developmentally disabled, that makes you value the person. How is that valuing the person more than saying somebody is mentally retarded?
I don't know.
But because you take an accurate phrase and you use it to be derogatory, all of a sudden the phrase is no good anymore?
Yeah, even if you want to use it for good.
And I'm not talking about racial slurs, but I'm saying in an honest thing that's saying somebody is mentally retarded.
Yeah, they're mentally retarded. Oh, that's bad. You used to call your friends that when they do something stupid.
Retard.
Don't be retarded. You're being a retard.
How much fun is that going to be? Don't be developmentally disabled.
That guy.
Really?
Yeah.
He's disabled.
Take all our fun away, why don't you?
You're acting handy-capable.
Right.
Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Well, I can't go over that shit.
You can. Of course you can. Give it a try.
Let's go, Doug.
And I made the dump list. Okay, so you guys are missing the obvious one with the rocks. With the retard strength, they're probably the size of pianos.
Okay.
He threw a car at my son.
Right. Now, if that's the case, there is truly a problem. Because you do know there is some type of... Is there a scientific fact behind that?
Retard
strength?
Definitely.
What is it?
No, I mean, there's
Is it that you don't have the mind power, so, you know, you get the muscle power?
They don't feel pain.
Is that they don't feel pain?
They don't feel pain.
Well,
Listen to you.
They don't.
Maybe you use all
Hair Hughes.
you use all your energy. I'm guessing you use all your energy where you don't know you're only supposed to use a little bit.
A little bit.
Or rip something.
So you twist that bunny's neck. And
Right.
Pet it. Not really.
All right, let's go to Rob in Utah. Rob.
Hey, morning, boys.
Hey there, Rob.
Morning, Rob.
Hey, this must be the same kid who used to harass me. We live next door to some freaking retard used to come into our yard. We had some dogs out back there. I used to throw stuff at the dogs, broke our windows once in my mom's car. Freaking used to chase my little sister around, and not in the good way either. And I just have to wonder if this is the same kid or not. And second of all, why is this even an issue? I mean, why is this offensive? Because he can't understand in the first place. Jeez.
How many years ago did this happen?
This must have been 4 or 5 years ago.
Well, he was 9 then, which meant he had the, if he was not 4 years ago, he had the mentality of a -1-year-old.
God, this is...
It's got to suck that you finally decide where you want to live and you pick out the house and next thing you know, you got a neighbor from hell.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking neighbors in general, where you're like, oh my God, I got to live next to these people for 30 years.
Throwing washing machines at you.
Right.
You gotta feel bad for the kid, but it's the parent. If your kid's acting up and he's got problems, you gotta kind of control him. I mean, it's like you feel bad for the kid. It's not the kid's fault.
I was part.
Hey, one more clip here before we wrap up. We're really late.
Goody.
Exploring legal options as we get back to the story.
I hope that one gal speaks up again. Oh, she's a firecracker.
We contacted Nephi police. They are working with the Juab County attorney who told me tonight he finds it distasteful and derogatory and is researching what legal options may be available.
None,
since
probably.
The neighbors still refuse to take the sign down. And the Disability Law Center is planning to meet with local officials to offer sensitivity training there in Nephi.
That's too bad. Thanks,
All right,
Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam. No.
Sensitivity training.
That's another thing in this society that has to end, is
sensitivity training.
Ugh.
You can't train people to be sensitive. People are what they are. We're a bunch of animals.
We really are.
Until people accept the fact that we're just another creature on this planet, you can't change the way you think, really, or feel about things.
Just that some liberal boob is going to sit in a room and tell you how to hyphenate when you say something.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Say disabled American. Thanks. I feel much better now.
Yeah.
Hey,
thank you.
Handy,
I feel better about myself.
capable.
Oh.
Let's.
Does that mean he does math any better? No.
No.
Shut it.
Still a blithering idiot.
That's right.
Unfortunately, we're going to stop right here because we got to take a break.
All right.
We're so late.
Put on the brakes.
We'll go to break with this fine little ditty from Stephen Lynch, though.
And I'll bring us back in. So stay
on
tuned,
the
folks.
drums?
I want to hear tune to bring us back into.
I want to hear it.
Jimmy brings us back in with the drums after this.
Don't go anywhere.
Watch them run.